Fat Gay podcast, where we talk about the things that are weighing on our minds. I'm Trevor Keyson. I'm a super chub, and today I'm a two-take, too tubby, too silly boy. We recorded our episodes backwards. We're all together. We're vibing, and I was just looking into Michael's eyes as he took a big sip of his coffee, being like, "Okay, like let's start the show." Buddy.
Do the intro, Michael. What are you waiting for? Hi, that's me. I'm Michael Willer. I'm a chubby chaser, and I was taking a very large sip of my delicious homemade vanilla latte made by our very own Dan Oliverio, and it's saving me right now. I'll be honest.
You're welcome, sir.
I need it.
Hey, my name's Don. I'm a big chubby guy living here in sunny Hollywood, and today I am a peanut butter whiskey boy. I am currently doing this episode after 2 shots of rye, 1 shot of bourbon, and my shot of peanut butter whiskey, Dan's shot of peanut butter whiskey,
And some chartreuse.
and some chartreuse.
No, he didn't drink the chartreuse.
I did drink the chartreuse.
He drank the whole thing.
I drank the whole thing. It was lovely.
Oh, you mean the combined, yes, whatever. Yes, that.
Yes, chartreuse and peanut butter whiskey.
Yes, 2 great tastes that really don't necessarily belong together.
But somehow kind of worked.
But some
I
other
don't
guy
know.
I
he dissents.
it was interesting.
He dissents.
2 out of 3 podcasts.
It was interesting in
podcast hosts
all
agree.
italics.
Hello, my name is Dan Oliverio, author, public speaker, and chubby chaser. And yes, I am the purveyor of all things peanut butter, apparently.
All things liquid.
All things,
Yeah.
yes. I'm the maker of the lattes, the vanilla lattes that they're enjoying. And we had a little tasting, which you'll get to see on our Patreon, and all sorts of lovely things. Lovely
And
things.
I don't drink very much, so if I'm interesting this afternoon, I blame
you drank
Dan.
fine, Don. You drank
I
just
blame
fine.
Dan.
Thank you as always to our patrons on Patreon
Yay.
and you listener. You can find out all about the whiskeys, the peanut butters, the alcoholic beverages consumed on our Patreon, our behind the scenes for this episode. Buy some bearskin underwear. Use promo code BigFatGayPod to get 15% off your order. Get a mattress. Use our link and support us. Well, we support you with a mattress.
It will help your understanding.
Well, we support the mattress supporting you.
While you're in your new underwear that you save 15% off on your new mattress, pull out your laptop, log on to Discord. We have a fantastic, thriving community there.
Yeah.
We have people doing game nights. We have people doing D&D one-shots.
Yeah.
Maybe
Movie streams.
You can bring another fun activity to the table. Also, if you're not a Discord person, read our newsletter on your bed. Dan writes a little write-up of what's hot, what's fat, what's in the podcast in the newsletter that comes out monthly.
All the news that's fat to print.
Yes. And
If that's not our byline, it should be.
Yeah.
I think it's the skinny on what's fat.
the skinny on what's
Yeah.
fat.
Oh, I
skinny
like that
is
even
fat.
better. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
Well, good, because that's what we use.
But before we jump into things, let's just give you a quick reminder that next week we will be doing an episode on the documentary movie Body Electric, which is about sort of body awareness, body
Image.
existence within the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, and all of the different sources of, body image issues, body dysmorphia, all the different ways that can occur, and what that looks like and feels like. It's the discussion. So we just recorded that. I don't think watching the movie is necessary to understand the discussion and enjoy it, but I think it would also help.
Well, and I think it's a damn fine documentary, and people should just see it.
Yeah. But it's not like, we watched Shrek 3 and you have to see it to understand what's going on.
And it is available for $3 on Amazon Prime or for free on Tubi, if I recall correctly.
If you can find it, yeah. And it's not $3, it's $2.99, Don. $2.99. I just want to say for accuracy.
Well,
Anyway, we've
on
got
that
some
pedantic
penguins.
note, let's get into pop culture. And the penguins have been replaced by little bear cubs.
Yes.
And they're not dancing nearly as well, but they're just as cute.
I think cuter.
That one's top hat fell off, but it's okay. Speaking of bears, it's Fat Bear Week is coming up once again.
It's our annual holiday.
Yeah, the official holiday of the Big Fat Gay Podcast. And this year it's a tense competition. So Fat Bear Week, if you don't know, is where the United States Park Service gets to generate essentially a voter-based competition of the different fattest bears in the United States state parks, and you can vote on your favorites, and whoever at the end of the week has the most votes wins Fat Bear Week for that year.
And it's just kicked off.
And and they're of course they're getting as fat as possible going into hibernation season, and so it's much fun. The two-time winner was Grazer. From last year and the year before, and so the big question right now is whether or not she'll be three-time, if she'll three-peat this year.
I gotta say, I'm rooting for an underdog. I'm cheering on Bear 747.
Oh yeah,
who took the title in 2023.
Yeah.
He's a dark horse contender, but I'm squarely in his corner.
My favorite is Beat Nose from 28, who winner of 2018. He's maybe it's just the picture, but he's sort of sitting he's just sitting all cute next to the river, and he's he just looks the roundest of all of them to me, and so if he's still around, I would love to see him have the big upset, because I just think he's got the most adorable figure.
If dangerous, why friend shaped?
Exactly. Never mind the fact that they literally last year they had a live stream of two bears killing each other. So, this is the wild. These are still wild animals and ferocious predators, even though they're cute.
I love that it is expanding into Fat Bear Week Junior
Edition.
Year.
Yeah. The week prior. Yeah, the week
chubby
before.
Cubby appetizer, as they call it. Yes. So it's just so strange and wonderful. This is the 11th year they've been doing it, which is magical and strange and weird just to think about.
I would just like to point out that where you're getting all this is, of course,
the Daily Mail.
Yeah, because only the British would be following Fat this closely.
Well, I mean, there actually is a lot of coverage of Fat Bear Week. This was just I think the first one.
Yeah,
I think it's like an annual beloved story that all the late night hosts can go to for
absolutely.
Some feel good, cute, chubby animal fun.
So if you want to participate in Fat Bear Week, the National Park Service hosts the voting, and it will be going from September 23rd to September 30th for the sort of premier adult fat bears. But if you want to also vote for the junior edition, that is September 18th and 19th. So it's coming up fast. Not long after this episode goes live. So keep an eye out for that.
I just love the little tagline: from Tubby Titans to gargantuan gluttons, get ready to cheer for the heftiest bears and Katmai National Park and Preserve's Brooks River.
All right. Well, with that said, I think it's time for the Eagle to take us away into Fat Watch, NPR edition. No.
Fat Watch 2025. So today's article comes from Eugene Springfield's Lookout. So we're going to have a little spotlight here on Michelina Kirkpatrick's first ever figure drawing session, where they include every body type. So this is a art school where they're holding the gallery's first body positive figure drawing sessions.
And to a little context, figure drawing is often done nude. That is, the model is nude.
I mean, anyone who wants to be can be.
Exactly.
But the point is to have the artistic interpretation and recreation of the human form. And why would that have to be any particular type of human form? It should represent all kinds. And the fantastic thing about it is that they are very, very particular about how they shepherd the model themselves through the process, where it's you will not be asked any questions. You are able to, I don't know if they choose their own.
To be fair, these are asks and restrictions made on the artists to not approach, to not ask personal questions, to not the model just has to get up there.
Right. But my point
these are restrictions on the artist, which are necessary.
But they tell the models that this is the case so that they can go into it as comfortable as possible, which I think is the point, because then you can be self-expressed as the model. You're allowed to take breaks whenever you need it. There are accommodations built in to make sure that if you are self-conscious about having, a non-mainstream body type, you can still be in that spotlight and be comfortable.
So Michelina Kirkpatrick identifies as super fat, and she's getting up in front of this group and modeling. And Could you do this? Would you be like? I'm asking the other co-hosts here.
I mean,
Trevor has done it.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to be doing it again at some point in the near future.
In front of a class or in front of an individual?
Individual, but I mean, I guess.
Yeah. Could you do
I
a
could
class?
do a class.
Yeah, he could
I definitely at this point. I mean,
To me, that sounds like a nightmare scenario to me. Like I'd be horrified at the prospect of doing it myself.
the only thing I would be afraid about is farting in front of the class.
Oh.
I think especially if I was naked, because it's like the dream where you don't have your homework, except instead of like you don't have your homework, you fart in front of everyone.
Yes, much like that.
I just love that they include that super fat and then link to like, and this is what this means.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they actually explain like the spectrum of which is that okay. To what degree is the spectrum of fat descriptors official? Like,
I mean, official in what way?
well, I guess I don't know. Official in its usage, like
It is
people refer to
promulgated
it?
by fat activists who are by and large female, and therefore all the descriptors tend to deal with feminine clothing.
I mean, I've seen some of these write-ups that get a little better and just not really going by like the dress size, where it's numbers, but like clothing, like X.
Yeah.
So like as an example, they would say, if your clothing sizes are 12 to 14, which are women's size clothing,
American women's dress sizes.
Yeah, you would be an in-betweening or mid-size. But then if you are super fat, you would be 26 to 32 plus, and then infinite fat is 34 plus. So like it's not, it's kind of wibbly wobbly.
Which is not central to the art.
Which, by the way, that link is in Teen Vogue.
Yes.
Which is kind of awesome.
Right. No,
That's
it's
amazing.
Well, Teen Vogue does
Teen
their
Vogue
job.
is on the cutting edge.
But I think that misses the point of the article here,
Yes.
which is people with I love the non-mainstream or there's a word they use in the article. I don't think they say
they call it everybody. That's the title of the of the art show.
But it's not just fat people. It's also people maybe with disabilities.
I would say, just on a personal note, like this is the most terrifying thing I can think of, which means I have to do it sometime in the next couple of years.
Oh,
'Cause,
all right.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you want to
I
start
don't
with
feel
just
that
one artist.
compulsion at all.
I don't like something having power over me like that. So
I don't know. I guess that's
mean-
one way to look at it.
I think because so I've only done it like for artists, but it is so interesting seeing. I think especially like kind of the warm up drafting process of just kind of like more looser style, like just kind of playing around with drawing my body. But I would love to see like a wide range of different artists with different styles and different perspectives, like seeing my body from all those different perspectives.
Having different artists take on your body.
I think it's interesting because I've seen paintings made of fat bodies that were lovely and beautiful, but I think my own experience in life is like no one's ever drawn me intending it to be kind. So
Have you had people drawing you intending
I'm
not to be
going back
kind?
to like elementary school and stuff like that.
sort of thing, yeah.
So like
Big circle with sticks.
yeah. So like where if I was included in the drawing, it wasn't going to be. Even if they didn't think it was a negative way, it wasn't going to be in a negative way.
Trevor, did you find it in any way empowering to be the subject of the art?
Yeah, I mean, so I'm referring to. I think I've talked about it on the podcast before, and I think shared on Instagram in the past. I posed for a nude oil painting for a friend who was like, it was kind of like his final for art school, and they were doing these. It was like they all had to do a portrait. I was under the impression everyone was doing nude portraits because so like the only like I was a very empowering process. It was very fun, but then like I was a little. I was the only nude in the class. And so it was like they had all of everyone's final pieces. And it was like, I was next to like someone's grandma in an armchair.
Oh boy.
It's like, and like grandma was fully clothed.
That's
and
a
then it's
strange
like,
context.
And then just me like spread out, just kind of
What you need
lots
to-
of flesh draping.
People, what you need to picture is that reclining figure from
Very
Goya.
Rembrandt.
No,
to
Goya.
me.
Goya. To me, it's very Goya. And just spread out on the divan. And because you remember they're in that particular series, there's the nude version and the clothed version. This would be the nude version.
I meant to say Rubens, not Rembrandt.
Yeah.
But anyway. Michelina talks about this in the article at the end. She says it's, it was empowering. She felt very vulnerable, but kind of in a good way. But then at the end, like she actually got to go see what people drew, like, and that specifically was empowering, that people like, she felt gorgeous and seen and respected, and like that. It hadn't occurred to me as the model that you would then be able to go see what people actually created. And that is actually what cued me into like, oh, I could actually get behind that. Like that might be a really, I don't know, like healing process and just interesting, I guess, to see how people see you.
I think so, because, as chasers, we often have the experience of telling someone fat that they're beautiful or that you like something, and it doesn't land the way we intended it to.
Right.
Not because I don't, even when we, people sometimes say it wrong, like, wow, we really love you. But I think there is, to be able to get that affirmation, not in words, but like you can see it, like there's no filter of language there, and you can see the beauty in that. I think that is another way in.
That's what, to me, that's what visual arts are for, because you can't, like, particularly things like music but also, painting, sculpture, like you can't make it words. You have to just experience it.
Yes.
And then you can try and describe it later if you want, but your first experience of it is just going to be like kind of visceral and instinctive and reactive. And, that cuts through in a way that hearing words is not going to.
Absolutely. I mean, the first question, either posed by a chub or a normie to a chaser, is, what do you see? What do you see that's so attractive? I don't get it. And this is literally, here's what I see.
Yeah. And it's hard to answer that question in words in a way that you're not going to say it wrong somehow.
Well, it either sounds prurient or just not disrespect, but analytical.
Analytical or like hyper fetishizing, which maybe someone's into, but a lot of people are going to take that a bad way. And like, how do you walk the line of tone?
One thing I would love would to actually have a drawing done of me by a chaser, right? My body. I think that might be the only way I could understand.
Don, we're telling you, we know people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listeners.
That's true.
Well, that's an interesting thing, because it's not as if these people were chubby chasers drawing a fat woman.
Right.
That was not what happened.
Yeah, no.
So they were certainly able to find the beauty.
Yeah. Like, I think as an artist, you're bringing your own baggage and your own sort of prejudices to whatever you're doing. But then if you challenge yourself to work outside of your own, like maybe your own default interests, I think you get things like that. You get, really incredible interpretations that, it might not be what I would draw, but it could still be powerful clearly powerful for the person, for the model, like to see that.
I also want to take the quick moment to echo what Michael said for the audience members. Like, an audience member can also stretch themselves outside what they're normally comfortable with, and you'd be amazed some of the places you can be transported to.
Yeah. Anyway, what do we got for main subject world?
Well, that would be me. So it is getting on in the season, and we're coming up on pumpkin spice latte everything. I think we're already there.
Yes.
So we thought it would be interesting to delve into Fat Boy Fall.
Yes.
And what are the autumnal flavors for the rotund?
What is your Fat Boy Fall
love
going to
getting
look and
back
taste
to
like?
Fall. Fall is my favorite season of the year. Like it has the best foods. It has the best colors. I get to wear flannel again.
I very much enjoy. I think for me, it's I just don't. There's a temperature just by default, like you.
The temperature makes everything better.
Yeah. I run hot. I want it to be nice and cool outside.
But why is it really a universal that early October is the best weather everywhere?
Well, it depends. Like where we are up in Vegas, it definitely, like last year, it didn't really cool off until November.
Okay.
So, but that's not normal. That was a sort of an extreme. But it's so, there's something really like cozy about like you haven't hit, in the United States, we have daylight savings. And so like, once you get into November, like what is it, the first Sunday in November or something?
Yeah.
That feels like winter already.
Yeah. Well, it's,
because someone slammed the lights off.
The days are getting shorter already. And then suddenly you lose an hour.
Yeah.
And so it's an entire, and so, but before that happens, it's the days are getting like more dramatic. It feels like there's longer sunsets and you just sort of, I don't know. There's something about like the enjoyment of the vibes. Like it feels like there's more magic hour.
So it's like it's cooling down, and you can start to wear a sweater and the leaves are drying out and there's wind and the wind is different. It's crisp.
Yeah.
And there's that like little kind
It's
of
got
like
a bite to it.
the like slight clacking of the leaves.
Oh my God, things are just cooling down, but they're warming up.
Yes. And it's just, and things change and we're getting like cozy treats because there's the pumpkin spice latte, but also like pumpkin bread and like muffins and scones. And that we went to Blue Bottle Coffee, which is a like local, I think it's like just LA and maybe like the Pacific Northwest, maybe like Austin coffee chain.
Sure.
And I had a brown butter pecan scone and it was so good. And it was the perfect fall treat because it was like, it wasn't like aggressive, like a pumpkin spice latte. It was like, oh no, but like, it's a whisper. It's like come with it, like someone taking your hand and they pull you through the bushes and you're in a little like autumn festival and there's a fortune teller and a Ferris wheel and people bobbing for apples and you're like, that's not really my thing, but cool. I want to watch people bob for apples.
Now, I'm curious if this is a regional thing for me. Bobbing for apples is totally a fall thing, by the way. Totally, 100%.
Oh yeah.
So the other thing that comes out in fall that I love, and I'm curious if it's a New England thing, is the dried produce decorations. So dried corn, the jeweled corn. I don't know if you guys can see it out here. The decorative gourds. Okay, I'm horrified by the warty gourds. I don't like warty gourds. I don't know why that became a thing.
I mean, we definitely had the kind of dried corn, the straw sculptures. I mean, we have this, I think my sister has it now, this like dried straw turkey that just kind of got more and more unpleasant to touch. Because it just like was like sensory hell turkey. No, I feel like fall is the season to be fat.
Yeah.
I mean, winter too, but it's like that winter's like you're hunkered down. We're
Fall, you can still enjoy the world as fat person and not feel as like uncomfortable. I don't think people like part of wintertime as a fat person or as somebody who's just temperature sensitive is that they're cranking the heat if there's any kind of cool off. And then so like you're comfortable outside, but then you walk inside anywhere and it's just heat blasting and you have to like strip all your clothes off again. That sucks. And that doesn't happen in fall. I don't know.
No, it doesn't. I mean, when I go in the wintertime, when I travel in the wintertime, like to Chicago or New York or Boston or Northern Europe, I bring t-shirts because it's so friggin' hot inside.
To me, winter is the smell of wet wool.
Oh my God.
Because like you have your scarf, your wool scarf and like,
it's like your breath condensation all over
and
it.
it's just that like hot heat that's covered in wool.
I just need to put this in there because I can't be the only one out there in listener land. So I grew up in Southern California. So you're talking about these things. I think you call them seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. This means this is like on a Charlie Brown special to me. Like I don't have a childhood experience or memory of any of these things. I never had seasons till I went away to college.
One of the things I associate with fall is raking leaves. That was
oh God, yeah.
I used to hate raking leaves so much, but now in retrospect, like I preferred raking leaves to shoveling snow. You know, so like it wasn't so bad. I kind of like now in retrospect, I think I maybe dressed up the whole leaf raking thing because I tag in the whole like diving into the piles of leaves after we break them up.
Only dive into a leaf pile if it's freshly raked. If it's been sitting there,
if
it's been sitting there are fucking spiders in there. There are rotting leaves in there.
There's like poo in there.
Well, again, I would think mildew at least.
Yeah, where I grew up, we had several really, really large trees on our street that like the entire street would be just covered in yellow and orange and red leaves. And it was just like the world had been painted and it's just beautiful.
I'm just thinking about like, what do I remember? Like the autumn going into winter in San Diego. It's like, and then, you crank up the pool heat just a little bit more because it goes down into the 60s or even high 50s at night.
Yeah. There's no draining the pool. You just turn the temperature up.
I mean, I, as someone who had very much like peak, Midwest fall, I do see the whispers of fall in Los Angeles, and I think
Whispers is the word. Yeah.
because I'm just so desperate for it, and like because there's so many different plants that nothing in LA is native.
Nope.
So like you do see some change.
Some, yeah, you get a bit of it.
There is, it does get cooler. I feel like I feel like it's kind of like a cliff drop in the winter. As opposed to like, the cozy drive back home from grandma's house that is all other places.
I just think of the Beverly Hills matrons and the gay boys start wearing scarves when they don't need to.
Yeah. No,
I think of people you see the lights going up on the palm trees.
Once it plunges to 70, then people start wearing sweatshirts and
So Dan, I don't think you got this where you grew up, but I'm
Probably
curious
not.
if Trevor or Michael, did you guys get the foliage changes where you grew up?
Oh yeah, Virginia. Yeah.
Okay, that's the thing I miss most being down here is that rage of yellow and red and orange.
Yeah, I've no knowledge or experience.
I feel like we get yellow
someday
and like
you got to
maybe
go
some
somewhere where they get the leaf
kind of
changes.
orange here.
Like I've
It's
seen one or two
mostly
trees that
yellow.
do that, but
Yeah.
not like a forest of it. No, I mean it was literally how the trees change in the season. Yeah, they drop their leaves. What about it?
It's one of those things I wish I could share that.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing.
No,
that
they have tours
I
of
remember
that.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. What do they call it? Leaf peeping?
Yeah,
Yeah.
leaf peeping.
It's
Yeah.
such a weird
Obscene.
term.
Oh, it's obscene, but it's accurate.
But if you honestly, if you go though, like if you end up in New England during those like 2 or 3 weeks when all of the leaves have changed at once but haven't dropped off, it is indescribably beautiful. It is just.
Did you get that in Virginia too? Or
We did, but not like. I think there is something unique about New England and just like the sheer density of the trees.
it's like every
Like-
tree changes colors except for the pine
everything.
trees.
Yeah.
It's the
And-
only thing that doesn't.
And it's just, we did get that in Virginia. It's just that I think it was just a little less vibrant.
Okay.
Just a little. Like it wasn't quite the same. I remember, did you guys have Buckeyes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
There was a Buckeye tree in our they're just, I don't know what actually.
tree.
That's what we called it. I don't think that's what it's actually called.
It's not a tree.
It's not the type. I mean, they are, Buckeyes are like these little shiny brown seeds that fall from some kind of tree that I'm not remembering the name of. But they are really dark brown except for a little spot that's light brown. And so there is a dessert treat called a Buckeye, which is like peanut butter and probably some sugar rolled up, frozen, and then covered in dark chocolate to look exactly the same.
Oh, interesting.
And we used to make those, and we had a tree, like, so we had the maple tree that had like all of the really bright, colorful leaves. We had Buckeyes, and it was just, you would slip on them, and it just, I don't know, it made the world a playground. Like when you're a kid,
Oh, that's sweet.
you could kick the leaves, and there was all the little pinwheels falling from the trees, and there's something magical about it. It's like snow, but more colorful.
and just that smell, the crispy dead leaf smell.
Yeah.
Okay, quick lightning questions. Favorite fall drink? Go.
Apple cider.
Oh yeah, hot or cold?
Cold.
Okay.
I'd say cold apple cider.
I mean, hot's good too, but cold, it's different.
It's
Cold,
so-
I like better.
It's crispy and
Yeah, it's just,
I used to make myself sick when apple cider would hit the stores, and I would just like,
Oh my God.
chug it.
drink so much of it. Well, apples are a diuretic, so be careful with that, people.
Hot tea. I mean, I don't have the experience you're drawing from. It's just
That's I guess just in California.
I think
you just don't get
we'll
it, huh?
curate an autumnal experience for you this year.
Let us not forget Halloween and spooky season,
Yes.
which Don and Trevor and I are all big fans of, and Dan doesn't give a shit about.
no.
But
I'm
yeah,
good-
like
I'm good-
watching spooky movies when it's getting dark early, but it's still like I don't know. There's our living room where I live like the sunset comes straight through the window and goes across the living room.
Yeah, I do love the light at
And
that time of year. Yeah.
it looks magical. It's got the shadows from the trees, and you're watching a movie as the season in the movie replicates what you like. It just, there's something chef's kissy about it.
The thing is, like, even the light, like, yes, there's a wonderful quality of light in the fall, but it's so much more dramatic in northern climates. because of the position of the Earth. It's a different angle.
Yeah.
And San Diego, we're closer to the equator. We're not by no means, equatorial.
But it is different.
It's different. It's just
It
different.
is interesting to hear you talk about it because I do feel sort of the lack of seasons in LA.
Everybody says it.
And autumn is the one I feel the lack of the most.
Thank you.
there's-
Thank you. That's exactly what I'm saying. And I have no other experience of autumn, having, like I said, I was 18 before I even left Southern California.
I think there's a big difference too in a sunset over the ocean versus a sunset from like a mountain or through the trees. Like it
Absolutely.
doesn't feel the same.
It doesn't equate. You're right.
Well, then I think it's whatever you were missing. Like for some people, like, oh, I'm in Hawaii. I'm seeing the sunset in Hawaii. I'm like, yeah, I grew up seeing that every damn day. What do you care about that?
Yeah.
It's like I remember when I was teaching ESL and the French were like, oh, we are going to the desert. I cannot wait to go to the desert. And we see the Palm Springs and we see the Mojave. And the Saudis are like, what the hell are you talking about?
It's just fucking
My
sand.
father dragged me out to the desert to go camping every goddamn year.
You like sand and rocks? Good for you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's funny because a lot of the things we're talking about in New England are stuff my father and mother were trying to tell me, like, people travel here from all around the world to see it every year. And like, I couldn't care less. Could I just finish my book?
Busfuls of perverts peeping the leaves.
Goddamn leaf peepers.
No, but I think the reason. So Dan, I feel for you, but I think, and like Don, it is very true. But that's why we have to steal the whispers of fall we get here. Like
I agree.
And like when we have a tree that doesn't belong here, that is appropriately reflecting the fall season.
Yeah.
And it's just like seeing it and just like, it's cool. And it's that fall light and you just got to like, just soak it in.
When you grow up in San Diego, it's never cold. And the only time you would put on a coat in San Diego is a windbreaker because you're going to the beach at night.
Yeah.
And you'd put on a windbreaker.
Which is the mistake that I've made. I'm realizing I'm supposed to go to a birthday party on the beach tonight, and I did not bring anything.
We can loan you some stuff.
Yeah, okay. I have shorts and a t-shirt, and that's not going to be enough.
Yeah, literally, I mean, I knew kids who would go to school in the pouring rain in shorts. Because why would you wear long pants?
Well,
it's not that cold.
To bring it back to Fat Boy Fall, it's the season that you can wear your shorts,
and a hoodie,
and be nice and comfortable outside instead of sweating your balls off.
Yeah. And that's why we love Fat Boy Fall because
we're not there yet. We're not there yet, and it's the perfect. Enjoy it. We're Michael and I are big spooky season fans. And we missed out last year. We didn't get much of it, and it got very marred.
I don't understand spooky season.
It's fall, but like you watch
and Halloween, scary movie season.
It's Halloween.
Yeah. You guys do that shit.
It's the whole vibe together. And
you're spooky maxing. With two X's.
We started spooky season in August this year.
Oh, Jesus.
Because last year we got very little of it. So
is there enough spook to go around that many months?
God,
easily. Stranger Things. We've been rewatching Stranger Things, and that's been amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do have a tip. And it's just kind of a loose tip because it's something I learned because of my mom. Because my mom traveled recently and she's been struggling with arthritis since then. So I've been helping her with doctor's appointments and getting her set up with a new rheumatologist. And in the process of this, I discovered that there are companies that do in-home x-rays.
Wild.
Oh, wow.
Which was a whole confusing thing where I was like, she's confused. They arranged to have someone like come do medical transport to take her for the imaging because she's having trouble walking. And it's like, no, they had a portable x-ray machine. She was in her recliner. They x-rayed her knee.
That's amazing.
So
I can't. Yeah, that's insane.
I guess this is a newer thing and it's more it's pretty common. So if you're in a major city, and you need an x-ray and like, you're like, I'm fat. I don't really want to have to worry about getting to an imaging center, or you have relatives. This is a thing. Be aware of it. It's exciting.
What I love about that is who is the least able to get to a medical center? Someone who has a joint problem and needs an x-ray.
Yeah.
So it's just so perfect.
So I maybe tack on that and say, I had a interesting MRI experience, which is that the machine they put me in was much, much larger than I was expecting. Like just the opening, the diameter of the opening was way bigger than I think you you would find most places, and it's because that's where they do MRIs for athletes, like professional athletes. And so if it is possible to discover in your area or near you or in a city that you can get to where they do imaging for athletes, like football players.
Oh, handy.
I gotta say though, it just pisses me off that like if you're too fat to fit in the MRI machine, then it's your fault for not fitting. But if you're an athlete,
We'll
the
build a
MRI
bigger
doesn't
one.
fit you.
Yeah, we'll literally build you a bigger one.
We'll build you a bigger one.
Yeah, it was incredible though. I
Yeah.
think the diameter, if I had to guess, I would say across it was at least 3 to 4 feet.
Shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been crammed in little tubes.
We should check to see if that place is in the FLAIR database of imaging centers that we talked about.
Nevada was not on that list.
So
nothing in
we
the
should
state.
add,
Yeah, we should add
contact
it.
them.
Yeah.
We talked about this in our live episode. FLAIR, the Fat Legal Advocacy Rights and Education Project, put together a database of size inclusive imaging centers, and they have information about the machines at the centers. You can contribute to this list.
Big old
At the
spreadsheet.
time, Nevada wasn't on the list, but we know that there is a
where I went was Desert Radiology in Henderson, Nevada, and that was where I believe it's the Raiders that they do the imaging for.
Yeah.
And then I was so worried because I get claustrophobic, and it was not a problem for me at all. And I'm sure a fat person would have to maybe squeeze a bit, depending on your size, but it was viable for much larger people than I am.
Oh yeah. I mean, the MRIs I've had, I don't fit in the machine.
Yeah. Yeah. And you would have been fine in this.
Yeah.
How about a fall bit?
Well, since we're focusing on fall, one of the biggest events that happens anywhere in the world in fall time is Oktoberfest. Something that everyone looks forward to every year because it features beer
And the Oompa bands.
and the Oompa bands.
sausages.
Ja, das ist richtig, ja.
Luckily, while we are enjoying
We've
our
nailed
lovely,
German culture. And that's it.
Luckily, while we are enjoying our chocolate stouts, our pumpkin spice pilsners, and raspberry IPAs, there are some other brewers in the world that are creating some more unusual flavors.
I'm so excited.
As explored by in foodandwine.com.
Okay.
So here are a couple different ales to keep an eye out for at your local Oktoberfest.
Okay.
Odious Ale
That's a hell of a name.
by 40FT Brewery is described as smoky, with notes of wheat, sour lemon, spiciness, bitterness, and even weirdness.
That does sound odious, I'll admit.
Food Republic called it delicious, which might be a bit surprising when people find out where the yeast used for its brewing was taken from.
Okay.
Where was the yeast for Odious Ale sourced from?
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
One,
Oh dear.
Ernest Hemingway's beard.
All right, now hold on.
2, Roald Dahl's writing chair.
What?
3, Bill Cosby's sweater.
Oh,
Come.
Or 4, Edgar Allan Poe's underpants.
This cannot be. This cannot be.
I love that every answer is a wrong answer.
For some reason, Roald Dahl's writing chair feels right to me.
Okay.
I feel like that phrase unlocked something, and I think that's right.
I'm thinking
How
of the Lewis.
human is it to go, let's drink that? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? All of the above. That's the only answer.
I'm gonna go. As much as I wanted to be Ernest Hemingway's beard, I think Trevor, what you're thinking of is the Lewis Carroll Alice in Wonderland. How is a raven like a writing desk? But
no, I feel like there was something
You've got some
with
of this, all right.
and because it's odious ale feels like a Roald Dahl kind of thing.
It does. Okay,
just feels
and it's
right.
Trevor who's guessing it, so I'm gonna go with him.
I need to make Trevor guess last on all these. You
kinda
guys
do.
just go with whatever he wants. It is, in fact, Roald Dahl's writing chair.
Goddamn.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of remember reading about this,
But not where his ass was.
The cans of Mr. Twit's Odious Ale.
I'm sorry, excuse me, Mr. What?
Mr. Twit's Odious Ale
Okay.
proclaim it as a beer brewed with disgustingly delicious detritus from Roald Dahl's writing chair. Collaborator Bumpus and Parr describe it as brewed in the Polish style, using oak smoked wheat malt, giving the final
Michael's face
product a
right now.
substantial amount of smoked flavor.
I'm sorry.
gone.
I'm never drinking beer again.
This is like a marketer's dream pitch.
Okay, I'm also going to point out that the Hemingway's beard yeast, that is actually another beer
Oh, I believe
on
you.
the list.
Yeah, that
It's
had to come from somewhere.
It's just not Hemingway's beard. It's the owner of the brewery's beard.
That's not better.
It's Murray Hemingway. We keep him in the back. We don't feed him except cheese.
His name's Hemingway. What do you want?
Celeste Jewel Ale by Dogfish Head.
Oh, shut up.
Will blast you off into outer space with their heavenly brew. Served in a koozie made from the fabric astronaut suits are made of. The brewery touts its space-themed brew as being out of this world. What is the secret ingredient that earns it this name?
Shit.
1. It uses hops that were cultivated in space at the International Space Station. 2. The ale is brewed using meteor rocks. 3. The beer is served with freeze-dried astronaut ice cream as a garnish.
Oh, God.
Oh boy.
Or 4. It is made with yeast scraped off the outer hull of the Columbia Space Shuttle.
No.
How would
I don't think yeast survives re-entry.
Well, keep in mind the space shuttle
Yeah,
has been
there's
earthbound
fire
for quite some time.
Okay. I'm going to go with garnished with astronaut ice cream.
I was going to go last.
I guess hops that were grown in space?
Hops that were cultivated in space.
Does that mean, Trevor, you actually know the answer to this?
I mean, I just have bits. There's so much in my garbage brain, Dan.
Yeah.
I think it's the fourth one.
Made with yeast scraped off the outer hull
Yes.
of the Columbia Space Shuttle? Okay. Well, in fact, if you've ever wondered what the stretches of the galaxy might taste like, Celeste Jewel Ale by Dogfish Head might just have the answer inside its 2013 limited release Meteorite beer. To make this spicy ale, the brewers took lunar meteorites, crushed them up, and steeped them in the beer like tea.
Spicy beer.
Our next one up
Yes,
is Full Circle Pale Ale by San Diego's Stone Brewing.
Oh, I know them.
It's a notable beer because it's made entirely with recycled wastewater.
Yes.
Denmark's, sorry, Denmark, I cannot pronounce this. Denmark Norebro Bryghus Brewing Company took sustainability to a whole new level in 2015. What was the secret ingredient in their beer that will make Michael swear off beer for the rest of his life?
Again.
1. All ingredients are foraged from urban areas. 2. Beer waste from competing breweries. 3. Leftover beer collected from half-empty glasses at Oktoberfest.
I think it's that.
Human pee.
I think it's leftover beer.
I immediately thought pee before you got to the choices.
Yeah. I'm torn between 3 and 4.
I don't
just
know
think-
which is worse.
I just don't think it. No, I
guess 4.
It's probably wastewater. That would be my real guess. But, that's close to pee.
I'm going to go with 3 just because I feel like it's a little grosser than pee in some ways. Because pee, it's like you can just like filter it, whatever, indefinitely. But I feel like there's something of like backwash, like a ton of people's backwash. That's worse.
I'm going with 3 with the leftover beer.
All right. Attendees of Denmark's Roskilde Music Festival in 2015 may be surprised to hear their pee was likely used to make beer.
Wow.
More than 50,000 gallons of urine from the festival were collected and used to fertilize malted barley that was then harvested and turned into
Okay,
pee.
they didn't put the pee in.
Okay, that's all right.
Made in
That's-
partnership with the Danish government, the unique process was dubbed beer cycling and intended to show brewers new ways to be sustainable. All right. Snake Venom Beer by Brewmeister has a secret.
Snake venom?
Available in the UK, this beer has something that sets it apart from any other brew in the world.
Snake venom.
What is it?
Snake venom.
It's made with real cobra venom. It's made with a real cobra.
Oh.
It's the most expensive beer in the world, or it's the most alcoholic beer in the world.
Oh, I'm going with alcohol.
I think alcoholic.
So I know that there is a thing of like putting snakes in bottles of alcohol,
Ugh, that's awful.
but I feel like it's probably the alcohol content one because it's like you got bit by a snake because you're so fucked up. I know I'm going to go against the grain and I'm going to say with cobras. Like there's just like they put a cobra in the tank.
A lot of
There's a
cobra
full
in every
cobra in
pot.
there. That is, in fact, a real thing. It is
Yeah.
cobra wine from China, which is supposed to be make you very virile.
Yes.
But in fact, the correct answer is it is the most alcoholic beer in the world.
Yay.
Dubbed
UK,
the
come on.
strongest beer on earth at 67.5%
What
alcohol.
percent?
67.5%
It's overproof.
alcohol.
It is overproof. It is almost 100.
You're going to want to split the super strong bad boy with a friend or seven, and you'll likely need to visit the UK to find it.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
We're going to the UK.
So,
a
dear
reason
listener,
it's a
have
re-
you just accidentally drunk an entire pint of 67.5% alcohol? Trevor, where could they come to us for help?
We're on Instagram as Blue Sky as at Big Fat Gay Pod. Support us on Patreon at patreon.com/BigFatGayPod. Leave us 5 stars or a review on your preferred podcast platform or on Facebook. See the articles we talked about at www.bigfatgaypod.com, baby. Maybe you just were drinking that piss beer and you spit it out. And also you're a snake and you're appalled to learn about snake wine, and you are slithering over to your computer to type out a message to your little snake tail, and you are writing the makers of this wine, and you're saying, "Dear Sir" or "Madam," and then you get a pop-up for some what's this podcast, and it's a picture of Michael, and he's gonna say,
Watch out.